Hey, I'm online. Let's see if we can check out Beran's Reach. I am here at the brand new entrance to Beran's Reach. Beran's Reach is a player-owned town in Shroud of the Avatar. Admittedly, I've been involved in this game for 4 years and I barely know how to play it anymore. It's still a work in progress. The game isn't officially released yet. It's still a preview. So you're not going to see a completely finished and polished design. Now the player-owned town, this entire scene I'm in, has all been designed and laid out by a player, not by the game developer, which is the biggest difference. So there's a couple of players here. They've been doing some work. Beran's Reach is my kin. What's the social window? I don't remember any of the window. I don't even know the hotkeys anymore. They're a little weird. Well, I mean, they're just different than other games I play, which is why they're weird. Suddenly very different. Social. Oh, social doesn't even have a hotkey. Valis Talan and Keldon Lighthand are both in the game. And I think they're in Discord, so I think I'm going to jump in and chat with them. But I thought it's the Bear. Our guild is Bear. And this is the Bear Tavern. So we come in, and the Bear Tavern is... Oh, I thought it was going to be moved. Bear Tavern isn't moved yet. But things are laid out a bit differently here, so we'll check it out. Anyway, I'm going to pop into Discord and say hi to these guys and tell them that they're about to go on stream. Hello.
Hello, buddy.
Hey guys, I am live streaming here, so you have live mics.
Oh, really? Okay.
So don't say anything you don't want the internet to hear. Not that anybody actually watches my stream,
Wow. Okay. I will say very little.
but no, to talk away. I was just checking out. I figured I would try and stream the some of the redesign work that's going on.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
Yeah,
I am currently. Sorry, go for it, mate. Second.
I was going to say the front entrance looks spot on.
Oh, great. Good. I'm glad. It was one of those things where it needed to be redone, right? So I tried to take some original cues from the northern entrance, but there were some design constraints, as in the unique way that the snow template is made. It means there's quite a few places you can't place stuff, and it's been a bit of a nightmare. But hopefully it's all right. Hopefully it's not over the top, if that makes sense.
No, I think it looks good. I think I think the decorations out in front, right? The bears and the tree and the task board or the bulletin board, whatever it is, the bulletin board, they look really good.
Yeah, it's one of the things where I try to get the facts, they're closest when the bed has space, but also try and have something that's quite useful and functional in there. So I thought a bulletin board would be quite nice because we can start leaving messages about events. So we can leave messages for people who are thinking to be residents, and we can leave messages with people who want to hang out here. And it's all pretty straightforward.
Nice, awesome stuff.
There's a few other things I've tried to do. So I've tried to put down some other decorations. So you'll see on the right-hand side as you come through, there's actually some a set of gallows just to kind of set the theme, or set the theme bit. I've also tried to go through, and I've been looking about where we can put in things like wells and stuff like that in around the houses to try to give again that kind of that lived-in feel.
Yeah, it does a good job of making like all the plots not look like a grid, right? It looks much more natural.
Yeah, absolutely. So so I think part of the challenge has been trying to go through and have that kind of like more natural feel, because there is a temptation to kind of put blocks of houses around and go, right, that's that. For this one, trying to like interweave so cheaper housing with more expensive housing, so that you don't have like a ghetto part of town, but also so that again, it's much more a natural feel.
Yeah, very nice.
Currently, I'm trying to go through and sort out the northern bit of town. So where the entrance used to be, I've kind of enveloped some additional areas and brought it within the walls, and that's so that people, because demand is quite high for within the walls, right? So the intent is to try and create a bit more space, and also to create a space where we can move the crafting center from southwest corner to the northern bit to provide another kind of focal point for the rest of Beran's Reach.
Cool.
But because of the unique way that the snowy template has been designed, it is a nightmare when trying to put down walls, and that's because it's very easy for walls to leave shadows, especially around the base, so it makes it look like the walls are floating, and it's taken me ages to try and sort them out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But we're kind of getting there. There's this. We're now kind of playing the shuffling, the shuffle game of trying to move the walls around so that we can have one wall all the way around. I think we're slowly but surely getting there.
Cool. Well, I popped outside to just pop back in to see where we entered, and I got attacked by bandits. So apparently we have a problem outside of town.
Nice. That's always been the way, right? So I have to try and find some way of sorting that out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've tried to also move the so some of the devotionals, the shrines, to near the entrance. So as you come in, if you look behind you, you'll hopefully see an oracle and also one of the devotionals there. And again, just to make it more convenient for people who are either visiting or kind of live here, right?
Right.
And I'm going to need to move the tablet at some point. Probably not going to be tonight because it's still got some stuff in it and it needs to be properly transferred. But again, trying to move it so that you can see it as you come through the main entrance. Any ideas when the map's going to be sorted out? Because I know it's all being transferred across from Solar Maps.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that. I know that they just recently hired a full time like web developer to basically work on that stuff. So they do have one full time resource working on it, but I assume that full time resource is also working on their store and their main site and everything else. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a bit kind of low down in the food chain, isn't it?
Yeah, and Jacob worked on it for 2 years, so there's basically the new developers got 2 years of development to catch up on. So I wouldn't. I'd be patient with it at least for probably another month or two.
Yeah, fair enough. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's a bit bad timing. The moment we start thinking, right, we're going to do an overhaul of Beran's Reach, and that's the point where the maps go down.
Yeah, right.
Luckily, though, we managed to get that screenshot. If we didn't have the screenshot, then it would be a problem.
Cool. Yeah, it looks good though. Looks very good.
I think once we've got the walls all done and sorted, and the plots back on, and we got that all sorted, then I think phase one's going to be opening all the plots up to anyone so they can just move in, and B, trying to get the tavern back up and running as quickly as possible. So probably the first floor, which is usable, but also there's so I picked up a arena to go underneath, so we can actually again start running the brawls and that sort of stuff.
Right. Nice.
So how are you finding streaming and all that sort of thing? Fun?
Yeah, it is kind of fun. I haven't really done it for very long, and there's like I think I have like 4 followers on Twitch or something, and just basically people that I hang out with online anyway. So,
Oh, that's cool.
but it's kind of cool. I play a couple of different games, so it should be fun to see where it goes. There's a lot of tech involved, so I spent most of the morning trying to figure out encoding settings and testing a bunch of different ones and figuring out performance and whatnot. So I've got a big exclamation on OBS right now. It says encoding is overloaded. So apparently Shroud is harder to stream than the other games I stream,
Oh wow, okay.
which isn't surprising. It probably takes up a lot more resources itself, so it doesn't leave that much to the actual streaming software.
Well, I'm guessing in like your depending on where you are and what you're loading and all that sort of stuff. Like some of the POTs and stuff. I'm guessing there's a lot of background loading that goes on there.
Yeah, for sure.
I've forgotten how frustrating placing walls is.
Are you still doing that right now?
Yeah, so I'm on the northeastern part of the walls.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those things where the entire wall's sorted apart from one small section. And that's usually when it gets a little bit complicated.
Yeah, right. Oh, I found a hole in the wall. I suspect I found you. There we go. Your sparkly shirt.
Ah, there you go. So this is it. You know what? I can really do with some night vision.
Yeah. I've played around with Unity 3D, which is the framework they use to build this game, and what you need is the little the controls to place objects, right? They give you the 3-dimensional, so you can just nudge them on each axis exactly where you want it to be.
That'd be handy.
Yeah.
Guessing that's what they're using for kind of like static POTs, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. Because they can turn off. Like I think you run into clipping problems, right? Like you can't overlap. Like it won't let you drop it if it's overlapping.
You can do some clipping, which is useful because it means you can get the walls the right length.
Right.
But it gets a bit kind of nudgy after a while.
Right. Oh, so this new wall is going quite a ways further back to encompass these 3 other lots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. That's cool.
So the plan is that so up this bit we'll have probably a big town lot there, like in that alcove bit, and then have two back to back kind of village plots around here, and then in like around the outside try and cram in row houses stuff like that to fill the gaps, and then use the NPC buildings as kind of even more filler, so that the idea is that it looks like it's all kind of naturally grown a bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Or
awesome.
that the town's making every use of every scrap of space it can find.
Yeah.
That's it. If I can get this damn hole closed. Part of me's tempted to actually just kind of just run it flat and then do like a boxy end to the wall over here. But the problem is then you kind of lose out some space. Actually, it's quite nice to have gates at a bit of an angle because it adds a different dimension.
Right. Well, it looks great from the outside too because it follows that hill, right? It's sort of the natural way that you would build defensible walls like this would be at the top of the hill, so that you've got a very defensive position.
Yeah, absolutely. The only the real weakness I can see in this design is where Victory Arena used to be up the hill. So I was thinking about speaking to Gerald and actually having the airship, like the airbase up there, as kind of like the overarching or kind of Overwatch kind of fort.
Oh, nice.
And I thought that way it looks even more defended. Any ideas? I'm hoping that once we've got the old gatehouse out of the way, then actually it'll open up Central Square a lot, and there'll be a much bigger feeling of space.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Well, especially after the tavern moves back, right? It's
Yeah, absolutely. I think a few guys suggested that we have, maybe yourself as well, the like housing behind the tavern. So you've got that again, the air gap between the tavern, which is going to be the main focal point of the map, and the outer wall, which kind of makes sense if it was like an old defensive position. So it would reduce the size of the market square a bit, but ultimately, I think it would mean that we'd actually get more kind of house space inside Baron's Reach.
yeah, yeah.
Nearly closed it. All right, I figured it out. I think I managed to go through, and I put like a inward corner wall, and I think I've managed to close the gap now from a few feet to like one or two.
All right, guys, I'm going to drop out of Discord. Looks great. Nice work.
All right, mate.
We'll chat with you all later.
Will do. Cheers, take it.
I thought there was one other person in Discord. There wasn't. So apparently he was talking to me and I was ignoring him. Terrible, terrible person I am. Yeah, look at this work, eh? This is the old front entrance. And the tavern, as you came in, was directly in front. And now the tavern will be moved 90 degrees so that its front, which you're looking at here, continues to face the entrance, which is now over there, largely due to pretty much primarily due to the fact that when people enter the town, we get to pick a specific location out of a set number, and the only one in the middle of the whole town area, which is everything you see here is the town around me. And now that it's dark, you can barely see anything. But yeah, you come in, you come in from the overworld map right here. And then we will see immediately to the west here, the entranceway in. Which is this little hub of decoration and the bulletin board. I wonder if there's anything on the bulletin board. I guess not. I think if there was anything on it, you would see them individually. And then the tavern will be set back quite a ways from here, with its front facing the entranceway. And that's all this space behind it. So the tavern will be moved back all the way over there, and then where the tavern is right now is the market square that will be taking up that space. Yeah, cool stuff. Very cool stuff. I had to move my house. My house was like right here somewhere. Actually, I think it was this one. Village lot. I think it was reserved for me, so it's probably still reserved for me. It doesn't say, but yeah, I can claim it. So this lot here, which is a lot smaller than that one. It's this size of place right here. Anyway, I'm gonna stop the stream here since this is my first chance at trying to stream Shroud. Oh, well, just as I said I was going to stop, Rambenis joins me. Hey, Rambenis, how you doing, man? I am just streaming another game that I play called Shroud of the Avatar. I was just checking it out for a brief moment in the middle of my Sunday afternoon chores to help out a guildmate here, as he's doing some redecorating of our player-owned town. and it's very dark, so you probably can't see anything. And my encoding is overloaded trying to do this, so I'm not exactly sure what the quality is on your end, but it might be low and it might be very stuttery. It's probably very stuttery. One of the coolest things about this game is the ability, if you come from the Lotro world, you've got cosmetic slots where you can store an outfit. I'm going to claim this lot again. So claim this lot. Okay, so now it's mine. And then I can take a, whoops, I can load up the property manager. And I've got these, I got this house stored here. So I've got this Beran's Reach Village lot that I own. And I can drop this house on it. And I can restore it. And now there's my house, exactly how I had it decorated before. So you can actually tear down your house and rebuild it in a different style. So if you wanted to do like a Christmas themed set of decorations, you could make it and then store it. You know, when Christmas is over, you could put your default house back or whatever. You could do the same for Halloween, things like that. If you wanted to do big crafting sessions, you could do a craft hall here and just drop the craft hall in and then later put your house back, so forth and so on. The housing in this game is just ridiculously good. Let me give you an example. So I can move things like that basket onto this carpet, and then when I move the carpet, it moves the basket as well because the basket is underneath or is on top of the carpet. So it works at any number of levels. The stuff that I have on this counter will just move with it as I move the counter and whatnot. So everything is relative to the thing that it's attached to and what. Oh, got dark again. Hey, look! I have a fishing trophy. I have even more than one fishing trophy. I have 2 fishing trophies. And fishing hasn't even been implemented in this game yet. I was going to get into the music system. It's fairly elaborate. Oh, I thought I had a whole bunch of musical instruments in here. I guess not. Oh, wait, wrong floor. Here's all my musical instruments. I have a teletype, which I can actually use. Use enhanced graphics. Yes. Do you need instructions? Yes. Goal is to clear the dungeon of monsters and find gold fighter is best at close fighting. And so anyway, there's a little game implemented on. It's actually one of Richard Garriott's first games that he ever made is implemented on this teletype within this game, which is Richard Garriott's newest game that he ever made. Anyway, I'm not going to continue this because it's probably painful to watch. Rambenis left, which I don't blame him. I'll have to check the video later and try and get this fixed up a little bit better. Take care.